Okay, so picture this. You wake up, right? And your to-do list. It's basically taking care of itself.
Like magic.
Even better. We're talking way beyond simple reminders here. Imagine, like, a super-powered digital assistant. One that doesn't just remind you to book a flight, but actually books the best flight for you. Handles your investments, maybe even negotiates a lower rate on your internet bill while you sleep.
Okay, now that sounds pretty futuristic.
It does, doesn't it? But that's the thing. It's not as far off as we might think. And that brings us to what we're diving into today. We're talking AI agents.
AI agents, this is a topic I know we're both pretty excited about.
Absolutely. And to help us unpack all this, we're tapping into some really cool insights from, get this, Sandbox AQ, that company, doing some seriously groundbreaking stuff with AI and quantum computing.
Yeah, I've been following their work. They're doing some really interesting stuff.
Right. So they've got this YouTube video where they break down AI agents in a really clear way, even calling them your advanced digital assistant, which, I gotta admit, is a pretty catchy way to put it.
Definitely. So tell me, what exactly is an AI agent? I feel like we hear AI everywhere these days. How are these agents different from, say, the AI chatbot I might be using to order a pizza?
That is the million-dollar question. And you're right to point out that AI gets thrown around a lot. But think about it this way. Asking your chatbot to order a pizza, that's like handing a note to a personal assistant. AI agents are like giving that assistant full access to your calendar, your bank account, even your preferences on everything from hotels to coffee orders.
Whoa, okay. So it's less about giving specific commands and more about setting a goal and letting the AI lose to achieve it.
You got it. But it's even more nuanced than that. The way Sandbox AQ breaks it down in their video, there's actually this continuous four-part cycle that makes these agents so powerful. They call it observation, orientation, decision, action.
Interesting. So it's constantly observing its environment, figuring out what's relevant, making a decision based on what it's learned, and then taking action.
Exactly. And then the whole cycle starts again. They just keep learning and adapting, becoming more and more efficient.
That's amazing. It sounds like it could have huge implications across so many different fields.
Oh, absolutely. And this is where it gets really mind-blowing. The video talks about how AI agents can be used to simulate not just human behavior, which is impressive on its own, but even non-human behavior.
Non-human. Okay, now you got my attention. What does that even look like?
So think about a scientist who's trying to study, say, how cells react to a new drug. An AI agent could actually simulate the incredibly complex interactions happening within that cell.
You mean instead of having to run a bunch of time-consuming and expensive experiments in the real world?
Exactly. The AI agent can run through countless variations virtually, analyze the data, and potentially speed up the process of discovering new medical treatments. Isn't that wild?
That's incredible. It's like accelerating scientific discovery. It makes you wonder what other complex problems we could be tackling with these AI agents.
Right. And that's not all. The video also talks about engineers using AI agents to design, well, pretty much anything you can imagine. Cars, airplanes, you name it.
How does that even work? Like, does the AI just start sketching out blueprints?
Kind of. Imagine you want to design the most aerodynamic airplane wing possible. An AI agent could be trained on massive data sets of aerodynamic principles and then set loose to experiment with different wing shapes, sizes, materials.
It could test out ideas that a human engineer might never even think of and analyze which ones work best.
You've got it. And because it's all happening in the digital world, you can run so many more tests, explore so many more possibilities than you ever could with traditional methods. It's like having a tireless assistant who can work through the night trying out different design options.
This is incredible. And I'm guessing this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, for sure. The video also touches on the idea of multi-agent systems, which is basically what it sounds like. Multiple AI agents working together.
Okay, so if one AI agent is impressive, what happens when you've got a whole team of them collaborating?
That's where things get really interesting. Sandbox AQ talks about how these multi-agent systems could be used to simulate incredibly complex scenarios. Things like how crowds behave in emergency situations. Or, get this, the dynamics of an entire financial market.
Wow. I can see how that would be useful. Being able to run simulations like that could help us design safer spaces or create more resilient systems.
Exactly. And that's just scratching the surface. This kind of AI assistance could revolutionize so many areas of our lives. I mean, just imagine the possibilities in education or urban planning, or even something as simple as planning the perfect vacation.
The possibilities are pretty much endless. And if what they're saying about the future of this technology is true, we're just at the beginning of what AI agents can do.
Right. And that's part of what makes it so exciting, but also a little bit daunting, don't you think? Like, this technology has the potential to be so powerful, so transformative.
Absolutely. It's essential to consider the potential downsides and ethical implications.
Hmm.
We need to be sure we're developing this technology responsibly and thoughtfully.
100%. It's a conversation that we definitely need to be having more and more as this technology continues to evolve.
Agreed. So as we wrap up here, I'm left thinking about all the ways this could impact our lives in the not-too-distant future.
Me too. It really makes you think, doesn't it? So, for everyone listening, here's a question to ponder. If you could design your own AI agent, what's the one task, big or small, you would entrust it with? What would make your AI agent uniquely helpful to you? Let us know. And thanks for taking this deep dive with us. Until next time.